Welcome learners. In this series of videos on Python programming for matrix operations. We have seen the Python programs for matrix addition, multiplication. In the last program we have seen matrix, how to get the minor of a matrix. In fact, we didn't get the minor of a matrix, but we got a matrix from which we can get the minor. Okay, now let's for this today's program we will write a program for determinant of a matrix. How to get the determinant of a matrix. Okay, so today's entire video will divide into three parts. First, we will see what is determinant of a matrix, what is determinant. Then in the second part we will see use of if else statements. So we can use if, there is something called as elif, else if, and third we will use if else statements. Also we need pop and remove statements that we have already used in the previous video for how to get the minor of a matrix. Okay, that also we are going to use. And thirdly, which is our main aim of this video, is we will write a program for determinant. Okay, so first of all let us go for the what is determinant of a matrix, how we get the determinant. Now for 2 by 2 matrix, let us take this matrix, say A11, A12, A21 and A22. Now for this, to get the determinant we will use the minors. Okay, and that's why we have written the minor program first, and in minor we didn't get the exact value of a minor, but we got the matrix. Now this will be like you take the first element, or also there are many results which says like you can evaluate the value of the determinant along with any row or any column. But today let us go for the first row. So we evaluate the value of the determinant by using the first row. So what it is like, it is you take the first element A11 and then minor, that is minus 1 raised to I plus j, or let us take 1, this matrix we are taking. So this, and then we will take a minor mij. Okay, and then we will add them together. Okay, for simplicity let me go for 3 by 3, that will be easy to understand. Let us take this, say A11, A12, A13, second row A21, A22 and A23, and third row will take A31, A32 and A33. Again remember, matrix is written in a square brackets and determinant is just these two straight lines. Now for this, what we do is we take the first element, that is A11. As I said, we will evaluate this determinant along the first row. So A11 into, you take the minor of A11, that is you remove the first row and first column, and the remaining element you have to write here, A22, A23, A32 and A33. Okay, then next you go for minus alternate signs, you will go with A12, that's the second element of this row, and then you multiply that second element by the minor. So you remove this row and this column and this row, the remaining elements are A21, A23, A31 and A32. So alternate sign, as I said, then plus the third element, it is A23 and then you multiply it by the minor. So you multiply, cancel this and cancel this, you will get A21, A22, A31 and A32. And then for 2 by 2 matrix, this is again you remove this, multiply this by this and this, and then you take the minus signs. For simplicity, let's again write that if you want A, B, C, D, and to find the determinant of this matrix, this determinant, you first take the this and then find the minor of this. The minor of that is nothing but D. Then minus, you take B and then remove the first, second row and first row and second column, remaining C. So the value of this determinant, 2 by 2 determinant, is AD minus BC. The third, to find the value of the third determinant, you will get this 2 by 2 determinants, and we know already how to get those 2 by 2 determinants. Again, you may have 4 by 4 determinant, and in that 4 by 4, again you take the first element and then take the minor of that other ones, and this you can define recursively. Okay, this is all about determinant. Let us see one example. Let us see what is, say, determinant of 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 2, 2, 1 and 0. Let us find the value of this determinant. This is equals to, let us use different colors. So for this element we will take this yellow color. So 2 into determinant of 0, 2, 1, 0. And if you see, this is nothing but the minor of A11. Okay, plus minus, then second element 2 into, remove the first row and the second column, and the remaining element remains 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 0, and then plus the third element is 3 into, remove the first row and the third column, will remain 1, 0, 2, 1, 1, 0, 2, 1. And then we can evaluate this determinant. This will be equals to 2 into 0 into 0 is 0, minus 2, minus, let us use the same color now, 2 into 0 minus 4 plus 3 into 1 minus 0. When you expand this, when you open the brackets, this is 2 into 2, 4, so minus 4, then minus into minus plus, 2 into 4 is 8, and then plus 3, and this is minus 4 plus 8 is 4, and plus 3, and this will be equals to 7. Okay, now as we know how to get the value of the determinant, now we will write a program. First we will see the second statement, that is we will use how to use if, elif and else statement, and then we will write a program and we will enter this matrix and we will verify whether we have done any error in the program or here. Okay, now let's go for else, if else statements in Python. So let's go for Python. Let me remove this side. So here we will use, let us write the comment, if, elif, that is else if, and else statements. Okay, we will see one by one, and I will explain also how we are going to get it. Okay, now let's go for some program. Let us take the program to define. Let us write a program to print whether the given number is positive, negative or 0. Okay, as a law of trichotomy, we know that a number will be either positive, negative or 0. There are no options. Okay, let us first define what is number. NUMBR, number, equals to, let us write 10, and then we will vary this and write. Now let us write this. If our number is greater than 0, then print print the number is positive. Now if you have noticed here, this is color is orange, so this is not a statement. We forgot to put these colons here, so let us put these colons. Okay, now if the number is greater than 0, it will print the number is positive. Let us save this and print it. Yes, what it says, once we give the input, if it will check if the number is greater than 0, then it will do this command. It will take this command for the printing. Okay, let us take 0 here and see what it prints. 5. Okay, it is not printing anything because here number is 0, and if number is greater than 0, then only it will print this, otherwise it will not print. So now in this case, since the number is not greater than 0, this will skip the other part, and since we have not said anything about it, it will just give a blank space. Again, if you want, we can check for negative numbers, say -10. Let us F5 and okay. Again it gives a blank space. Again, if you want to verify, let's go for 3. F5, print. The number is positive. So it will take this command only if the given condition is true. It is like only two statements are there, either true or false. Only if this is true, it will execute this command, otherwise it will skip this command. Okay, now what if the number is not greater than 0? It can be 0, so let us print that. And for that, there are three possibilities. For that, let us write just else. We don't have to write what is else there. We can just directly put these colons and print the number is not positive. And if you see here, if you have noticed, these colors are different. That means these are predefined functions out over there. So let us put these colons as a comment and let us print this. Compile again. See here. What it does is, first, whatever values we have entered, it will check. If the number is greater than 0, it will print this. The number is positive. So since this is already executed, it will not go for the other loop. But let us go for a negative number, say -3. So what it does is, first it will check if the number is greater than 0, it will print the number is positive. Now since in this case the number is not greater than 0, this is executed. Since this is not positive, it will skip this and that will go for the else. Now since else, we have since this value is not taken directly, it will take else the number is not positive. Okay, and there is something called as elif. So let us use that statement also here. It is elif, elif. So if number is greater than 0, it will print the number is positive. If number, let us take equal to 0, then let us print that the number is 0. Else will print that the number is negative now. Else the number is negative. Now we will see how it goes. See here now. We have given the number -3. It will first check whether the number is greater than 0. If the number is greater than 0, it will execute the another command what we have given. The print the number is positive. Now since in this case the number is not greater than 0, it will skip this part. It will go for the next part, elif. It's like else if. Now it will check whether number is equals to 0. If number equals to 0, it will print the number is 0. If not, it will go for the third loop. Else, so obviously, as I said, there are by law of trichotomy, there are only 3 possibilities. So if this is greater than 0 and equals to 0 is not possible, only one option is it is positive, negative, and in that case, we will print the number is negative. Okay, let us execute this now. So as we have entered -3, this part is skipped, this part is skipped, and this will be executed. Okay, let us check 3. So since for this it is greater than 0, this will execute this part and this will skip the other parts. And for 0, so since it is not greater than 0, it will skip this. And now this is equals to 0, it will print the number is 0. So I hope you have understood the use of if-else statements in Python. Also, we have seen the use of the remove and pop functions in Python for the previous videos. Okay, so let us write the program for the determinant, and for that we will use the program for minor as well. So let me import a program wherein we have used the minor. So first let us go for the new file and let us open the program which we have already written for the last video, that is minor of a matrix. So for minor of a matrix we have this. We have defined a minor aij to be this x for x in row for row in A, and then we have used the pop function over here, and we have seen also how to get a minor. So if you have not gone through the video, please go to the playlist on Python programming for matrix and do watch the video. Now here we have taken this, and as you know in Python 0 means it's the first entry of a matrix. Okay, now here we have taken this matrix of order 3 by 3 and we wanted the minor. Now of course it will give a matrix now, so minor with 0 0. So it will remove the first column, first row, and it will give the remaining entries. Let me execute this. I opened this, so let me just copy this, otherwise my program will go. Let me new file, paste. Okay, let us execute this. As you know, we will save this as hashtag 11 determinant of a matrix. Save. So what this will do is it will take the first row, first column entry. So it will take this first row and it will take the first column and it will remove the first row and first column. So if you want me to go back here, we just write a matrix. Write the matrix 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So we have the matrix 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. We have this matrix. Now from this matrix we wanted to find the minor for this row. So here this number. So the minor will be the matrix of the form 5 6 8 and 9, and that was the result what we have achieved. Okay, let me show it again. 5 6 8 9. There we go. It is 5 6 8 9. Okay, now let's go back to the program where we want to write the program for determinant of a matrix. Okay, now let us use the same function. We will use the same program for minor of a matrix first, and then using that we will write it for the determinant. So let us define now. So first this is for minor of a matrix. By using minor we will define this, so we don't want this. Okay, we will remove this part. Okay, so we have written x. Now let us define another function. Define determinant, say det of a, and this we will define. Of course, it is based on the length, right? If we have a matrix of order 1 by 1, then we will get the value of the determinant to be the entry of that matrix. All right. So if let determinant of define determinant of a, and for that let us take n to be length of a. Okay, how many vectors we have? And now we will use the if else statements. So if n is equals to 1, then of course we know what is the value of the determinant. So we will say return what we want to have. We will have the first row first column entry of the value of a, and that is nothing but return a, the 0 row 0 column, because in Python 0 means 1. Okay, if not, so else if the matrix is not of order 1, if it is say 2 by 2 or 3 by 3, so else what we need, return its predefined function sum. If you see the color of the syntax is changed. The sum we will use the, as I said, we will use the first row. So a 0 k, 0 means the first row and then the kth column, into, you have to multiply. So you are taking the first row. If you go back, remove this. If you go back to our this, we have taken the first here, and then we have removed the first row first column, and then we have removed this. So that is nothing but the minor. So a 0k, so we will use the 0, and that means the first row, and the k columns, k will run over n, into -1, sorry, -1 raised to, so for raised to we will use double star, raised to k, into, we are defining recursively, into determinant of, now we need the minor, okay, that minor matrix. So minor NOR, minor, because min is the predefined function for value. Determinant minor, what we have defined here. So minor of the matrix A, bracket A, we will take the 0th row, that is the first row, and then it will vary over k, and this k will vary k, let us say, for k in range n, and we have defined to be the length of A, the number of vectors in A. And of course we know that we can find the determinant of only a square matrix. Okay, in fact we can generalize, we have something called as generalized determinant that is not of the present concern. Okay, if one is interested, you can go and check, you can check what is the generalized determinant, how we define generalized determinant. So this is how we have defined. Let us go for output. So let us first go for a matrix, say A, not Y, we will take X, or let us take, say, B. B equals to, let us take 2 by 2 matrix. So we have two vectors, 2 by 2 matrix, so it will be like 1 comma 2 and 3 comma 4, and we will enter this matrix, and then for this matrix let us print what is determinant. We have used det, determinant, in bracket we have used e. Now if you see, there will be errors here and we will rectify those errors. Okay, let us first save this and compile. Here line 17 module. Now here the list indices must be integers or slices, not tuple. If you see here, there is a tuple. What we have mistake? What is our mistake? Our mistake is we have not given a separation here. Again, it should have error. Here line 18 it says print a determinant of A, name A is not defined. Because here we have used B, so of course we have to use B here. So let us use B. If we have used A for this, we have to use A. And it is printed -2. Okay, suppose we will just modify this and let us say that the value of determinant is let us see this if it's working. The value of the determinant is -2. If you want to see this how it is -2, let's go back to our this, and we have taken a matrix which is 1, 2, 3 and 4, and now we want to find, you have taken this to be B, and we want to find the determinant of B. So determinant of B is equals to, that is nothing but determinant of 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what it does is it will take first 1, it will remove this and this, so 1 into the only remaining minor is 4. By default alternate signs as we said, so minus, it will take 2 and remove this row and these columns, and the remaining minor is just 3. This will be equals to 4 minus 3 into 2 6, and it is equals to -2, and this is what we got by using our program. Okay, if we change this to say what, if we add one more vector here, it will show the error because we cannot find, we have not written, we have not told the Python what to do about it. So 3 4 5 comma 6, let's see, this will show the error. This index out of the range, because for Python we are not told what to do if there are more than n variables. I mean if the order is not a square matrix. Okay, now let's return to our example we have taken when we have discussed the determinant and see whether we are getting 7 as answer. The value of those, well, this one matrix was 1 2 3, so let us put that matrix here. 1 2 comma 3 first row, then the second row was 1 0 2, 1 comma 0 comma 2, and third row was 2 1 0, so 2 comma 1 comma 0, and let us print and let us check what is the value of this determinant. The value of this determinant is 9, it says. 1 2 3, we got something else, we got 7, so let's back, maybe our calculation is somewhere error. We have 1 2 3 1 0 2 and 2 2 1 0, so 2 into -2 minus 2 into 4 comes minus, and then 3 into 1 3. There will be something here going on. Oh, this is a great error. This is a great error. What we have done was, this is 2. Of course, this is not 2, this is 1. Right? The first entry, there is 1. Remove this and remove this, there is 0, 2, 1, 0. So this is not 2, this is 1. So this will be 1. This will be minus 2. This will be 6. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. So of course the program has not done any error. The error was with my calculation where we have written here 2. So it is first row, first element 1, and then 2 minus 2, and then 3. Okay, so this is all about the program to find the determinant of a matrix. So this, let me write the comments. Defining determinant, and let me put over here, program to find determinant of a matrix. So this is all about the program to find the value of the determinant of a matrix. Okay, so in the coming video, what we'll do is we will write a program to get the inverse of a matrix. We will see if we need any definitions, any adjoint. Of course, to find the value of the inverse, we need adjoint. So we will see whether we have to find, we have to write a program for finding the adjoint first and then finding the inverse, or we can plot them together. So that is, we will see in the next video. Till then, stay tuned and start learning.